Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back to our Lego room. In today's video, we're taking a look at the newly installed Lego bridges in the underneath table layout. These are the first two sections here that we have added to the underneath table layout, and really excited to have a permanent home now for the lift out bridges that we built near the end of the summer for a show that we were going to. These bridges are going to live here basically permanently, and the only time they will come out is when we are taking them to a show. Now, for a quick bit of context, you will be very familiar probably at this point with the upper layout that we have here in the Lego room. And you can see as we go down here underneath, like I said, these are the first two sections that we have added to the under table layout. The T-junction here is only temporarily at this end. It's going to live at the very far end underneath the big Trix Bricks T-junction that we have on the upper layout. But for now, that's sitting here so I can keep it mostly assembled and together, and then it'll move down to that far end once the surfaces are put into place. Now you'll notice for this section here where the bridges are, the underneath sort of table structure that we are building for the underneath layout ends over there, and then there's a big gap until we get to this side here. That's so that the bridges can truly sort of, show themselves off, and it's a good, sort of long-term sanity check on the strength of the bridges and making sure that they're staying in working order. So you will see as we go down here, there is a gap, just a few inches. It's not a huge gap underneath, but they are going to be, taking weight from trains going over top and functioning like they normally would, in a higher elevated position. And you can see here, they are maintaining their lift out functionality. Really easy to lift them in and out. It's not too much difficulty. So if we wanted to, we could actually at some point lift these out to traverse to the inside of the layout that way. I don't think that's something that I will do generally. I pretty much always use the gap at the end in the middle there. But nice to have the option here of those being able to lift out if we need to move something in or out of the interior part of the layout. And, then once you are done having them lifted out, you can go and just drop them back in basically like that. Yeah, everything's back in place. So pretty easy to do, and really like the fact that we're maintaining the functionality here, even though it is a lower part of the layout. These bridges are still going to be operating like they normally would on a regular height layout. So like I said, a good way to keep them in working order while we are sort of in between shows, so that when we do take them to another show, we can be guaranteed that they will continue to work the way that we want. Now, when it comes to next steps for both this section of the underneath table layout and the bridges themselves, a couple things that we're planning on doing. One, I really do need to get an order off on Bricklink to get some additional panels so that we can make these either completely consistent across all of the bridges, or maybe shrink it down to one or two panel types that we're using in this underneath portion of the bridge structure. The other thing I need to do is next time I place a Trix Bricks order, which will hopefully be pretty soon, I need to order more of these partial track pieces here that don't have the clips on the end. That just makes it easier for the bridges to slip in and out of their little holders so that they can be lifted out. Most of the bridge sections are using these pieces, but you'll kind of see there's a couple of spots in there where we had to cut off the clips because I didn't have enough of these parts on hand. But I'd like to finish making that consistent across the entire set of bridges. So those are kind of the two big things. I do want to do a little more work on polishing these sort of cradle holder parts here that hold the bridge in place. They're perfectly functional the way they are now, but I think I can add, a few different pieces in there just to kind of beautify and wrap, sort of polish off, I guess is probably the best way to say it, just to polish off those cradles so that everything looks really good and finished off. The other thing that I'm considering here for the bridge section itself is that I might actually be able to fit another set of 2 bridges on the other side there. I think we might be able to have 8 tracks wide. So currently we've got the 6 tracks, so 3 mills modules on each side that hold 2 track chunks apiece. So that ends up being 6 bridges, 6 tracks coming through, but I think I could get 2 more so that we can basically have 8 across, spanning the sort of usable portion of the table here for track. So I'll be evaluating that and figuring out if we can squeeze that in. Otherwise, it might end up being, if I can't get 2 tracks, I can probably get at least 1 more track through there. So we'll figure that out, get that moving along. And then the next big thing is really to extend out this underneath table layout into that section there, and the T-junction will go at the end, and then to get the Christmas Village and other track areas up and running on this area over here. And as we do that, we can fit in more mills modules and actually be able to run trains at least back and forth over this piece of track here. So it'll be really cool to sort of reach that milestone. It's going to be a little bit before we get the complete loop moving around the sort of entire loop of under table areas, but that's the big thing for me next. I want to get this extended out over this way so that we can then start to put in the track modules to hook these different sections together, and getting that T-junction over to its proper spot will be a nice milestone as well. I think that I'm only going to go with 2 tracks on the corners. We'll see if maybe we expand it out to 3. But, while we have 6 to 8 in the middle here, and we'll probably go wide like that on the far side as well, I don't plan on all of those tracks being mainline tracks. Some of them just will be siding tracks that we can hold trains in. And then the middle core ones will be what does the full loop around this new track layout that we are putting in place here. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, probably 2 for sure, maybe 3, depending on how we can make it fit and how it seems to look. It would be nice, I guess, for 3 tracks going around the corners there. It would just allow us to run more trains at one time. But I'm really excited about the potential of this under table layout area. More ways to display trains, more ways to run trains. And, it's going to be nice, like I said, to have the bridges here in a spot where they can be put through their paces. We can continue to sort of maintain and keep them ready for the next show that we take them to. So that concludes our look at the bridges that are now in place on our under table layout. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.